Welcome to the world of data structure. Hi, I am Swapnil Chaudhari. There are several basic terms we need to define carefully before we proceed to data structure course. The objective of this session to learn basic terms of data structure like data, data atoms, data types, data representation and information with the let's understand what is data. Data represents fact like marks of students in his final examination or score of Virat Kohli in the cricket match. Sometimes data may represent figure like Google Map or plot of the patient heartbeat. Data may represent an idea says as graphical representation or image representation of a cartoon that I have in my mind. So, definition of data is data are raw facts, figure and idea. These are simply values or set of values. All these are in the form of numbers, alphabets, alphanumeric values, images. Now let's understand what is a data atom. The definition of data atom is data atom represents single unit of values or certain type. For example, roll number of students, name, date of birth and age. These are data atoms. There are two types of data atoms. First, group atom and second, elementary atom. Let's understand group atoms. The data atoms that can be divided into subatoms are called group atoms. For example, name of person. Like my name is Swapnil Chaudhari. It can be further divided into three subatoms like first name, middle name and last name. Some other examples is like address, date, qualification, salary. Elementary data atom. The data atoms that cannot be divided into subatoms are called elementary atoms. For example, roll number. Roll number cannot be divided into subatoms. That is why it is called elementary atom. The other example. Now let's understand what is a data type. The definition of data type is a data type is a term which refers to kind of data that variable may hold in programming language. Basically, data type is a representation of nature and the type of data that has been going to be used in programming, or in other words, data type describe all that data which shares a common property. For example, an integer data type which describe every integer data that the computer can handle. For example, numeric, alphabetic and alphanumeric values. In programming language, we have integer, float, double, character, string. These are data types. For name of the person or thing or place contain alphabets. That is alphabetic data type. So these values are stored in a character or string type data type. Address or place can contain alphabetic or as well as digits. That is alphanumeric data type. So again, that type of value can be held in a string data type. And third is a age of person is represented using digits. That is numeric data type. In programming language, we have integer. Now let's understand data representation. Data representation refers to the form in which data is stored, processed and transmitted. In this image we can see that the ASCII code represent data as a 0 and 1s. Circuit boards carry data as a pulses of currents. CD and DVD store data as a dark and light spot. Disk drive store data as a magnetized particle. There are various methods used to represent data in computer, but the basic unit of data representation is a bit, binary digit, 0 and 1. So combination of 8 bits become a byte, 1 byte. We can see in this image there are 8 bits, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0 become a byte, and the combination of various bytes become a character like A, B, C, D. We can refer to ASCII code also. Now it's time to learn what is information. Information is a set of data which is processed in a meaningful way according to the given requirement. Information is a process, structured, or presented in a given context to make it meaningful and useful. The function of computer is to process the data. This processed data will give us information, and that information will help us to build our knowledge. The example of data and information is when students get admission in a college or university, they have to fill out the admission form. The form consists of the raw facts, that is student name, father name and address, and more things. The idea of collecting this data is to sustain the record of student throughout their study period. And the example of information is if we decide to find out the list of all students who lives in Dhule city, we will apply some processing on this data. This processing will provide us the desired list. This list is a form of processed data, and that will be called information. Now let's see some key difference between data and information. Data is a raw and uncategorized fact that is required to be processed to make it meaningful. Information is a set of data that is processed in a meaningful way according to the given requirement. Data does not have any specific purpose. Information carries a meaning that has been assigned by interpreting data. Data alone has no significance. Information is significant by itself. Data never depends on information, but information is depend on data. Data measures in a bit and bytes, but information is measured in a meaningful units like time, quantity, and many more. Data can be structured, tabular data, graph, data tree, but information is a language, idea, and thought based on the given data. Summary of this session. In this session, we learn data, data items, data types, data representation, and information. Thank you very much.